Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out with us today. Welcome to episode 129 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple dads that love all things in the Destiny universe, and we talk about it. We also interview content creators and community members to find out more about them. We're the show that asks, what do you have on your to-do list before Witch Queen? I'm your host, the Gatr, and my co-host, Hazel, is here as well. I heard it's been a pretty rough week for you, man. How you been?
Yeah. I don't know who I pissed off, but, yeah. So apparently, let's see here. My wife wasn't feeling good. She was getting chills and things like this. Went and got her tested for COVID. Doctor's like, yeah, you don't have it. Came back negative. But then he's like, you may want to lay low for the next few days. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
That's not much confidence.
I'm like, for real? I'm like the incredulous look that I had on my face was just I was mind boggled by just what the hell just happened. And then so today she actually started coming down with stuff. She had 102 degree temperature and just not feeling good. And I'm just like, oh my God. I was like I'm Mr. Monkey.
Oh, that's right.
He had to put up with and had help with his family and stuff like that. And then he ended up getting it. So yeah. I'm like, this is going to be my future, I'm sure.
Oh no.
So, and then last night, I set up the GDC clan raid night, and Addie got something in her eye. We had to go to urgent care and get that taken care of, and we didn't get home until 1 a.m.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I was a little disheveled. I was like, Hazel put all this together. I'm like, well, everyone just meet up in orbit and we'll figure it out. And we ended up splitting into two teams. It was pretty fun. Kingsley, awesome. Shout out to Kingsley. He helped out too.
That's good. I'm really glad that you guys are able to pull it off. I felt terrible for missing it. And I thought about playing on my phone, but I'm like, yeah. I was like, I've got this 40-pound child on my lap the entire time. So
man.
It's
well, shout out to Mile High Magi, his very first run of Vault of Glass, and got the Vex. Poor AJ. Little bits. He's run it 40 something times now and still doesn't have it. I said, man, I feel your pain. I haven't done it 40 times, but yeah.
So you don't quite feel his pain though.
Not quite. Halfway feel his pain.
Halfway.
I half feel his pain. There we go.
Not really.
Math's hard. Carry on.
So, but aside from that, I've been home, basically because we've all been quarantining because, we're laying low. And, I ended up knocking out, the Vidmaster Seal and the MMXXI.
Very nice. I'm not even close to that. Nice job, man.
Yeah. Wasn't bad. Now I'm basically trying to get to level 16 on the dares, and it's the bane of my damn existence.
Oh man, that is for sure. And we'll talk about this later, but, there was a tweet from DMG this week. He said that new light players that are 1100 light were getting stuck in the intro mission. Yeah, because Xur takes you right into it as soon as you sign in. Even if you're a new light player. So people were getting stuck in there at 1100 on 1150 minimum. And then they had champions and stuff to boot. So,
yep. And no champion mods, no good weapons.
No, nothing. Just the basic stuff. And DMG, put out, we're getting this fixed, but until then, we're going to put together a special emblem. Anybody who can just depower themselves and jump in there and get in the same, get yourself down to like 1120 or something because of artifact. We can't go full 1100, but jump in there and help. And I think you were doing that last night, weren't you, with Golden God, was it?
No, it was,
Sneaky Snake. Shout out to Sneaky Snake. Good job.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We were in there. We were doing that. Truth Lives was doing it too, with some of his clan. And, nice. Yeah, I mean, we were all trying to help out people, and it was just a good time. And actually, you can go below 1100. So yeah,
and everything minimum 1100 when you get it from collections.
Nope. There's one thing called like the Dreamers Collection, something like that, under armor, and it's under leveling. And I had a cloak not a cloak, but a class item for my Titan, Titan mark. And, it was, I think, 21 power.
Oh my gosh. I have to look into that.
Yeah. So I was down to like 1027 or 1097, something like that.
Well, yeah.
And I had 1300, like weapons on.
Right.
But so all you do is once you load in, you just go ahead and switch your gear to your 1300 stuff.
I noticed that. I was looking at the lobby to see who was in there, and I saw the lights start slowly climbing up. I'm like, oh, I can do it now. I didn't take any chances. I waited till we actually landed, and everyone was on the same page. This is the thing I love about Destiny, community. Everyone waited while I put all my gear back on. When they didn't know when they put the staff down, it didn't start the encounter until I ran in there at the last. So, and there was some level 6s in there. There was definitely some early lighters in there, new lights. And I felt like we helped them out, and it was a lot of fun. I mean, we were just blowing stuff away, but I did that, today before I went to, I was helping a friend pick something up at a house. I have a pickup truck now. So that's my job, is hauling stuff. I made a mistake.
Congratulations.
I made the mistake of telling everybody I got a new truck. So,
oh, congratulations.
Oh no, I got this actually in April of last year. Yeah, it's the same truck I got back in April, but yeah, everyone knows I have a pickup, so that was a mistake. Yeah, but everything other than that craziness it's been manageable at least.
Hell if I know, man. I'm just holding on, going wherever the wind takes me. So.
I hear you, man. This week has been a whirlwind for me after New Year's. And what's great is Christmas and New Year's were on weekends, so we actually could have shows those weeks. Shout out to Nate Fu. That was a great show we had. And then we had our end of the year montage. I love putting that stuff together with all the sound bites.
That was awesome. That
was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoyed doing that. And, I didn't even know what day it was. I mean, it's like Mr. Monkey put in our Discord, it was a little gift saying that, after New Year's, no one knew what day it was or what was going on. And that was kind of how I felt this week. And it's kind of been discombobulated, had a lot of extra stuff to do. But overall, nothing like what you're going through, man. So I hope things improve quick for you guys over there. Addie's fine.
Thank you, man.
Everything's fine with her eye now. She's good.
Well, no, we're going to have to take her to an optometrist.
Figure out what's going on. Okay.
Yeah, because why not?
Well, yeah, add to the list.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, here's what we have on tap for tonight's show, you may ask. Because this is our first show of 2022, Hazel and I are going to go it alone tonight. We have some new stuff to share about our show, for the next year coming up. And of course, we'll try to throw some Destiny in there as well. First, obviously, we're going to catch up, see what's going on. I have a movie review I wanted to share from last week's A-List offering. Let's see. Also, we have a one Destiny-related topic, a conversation that maybe Hazel and I can get into. We're answering community questions, and we're going to add 2 songs each of us to our award-winning Guardian Down Cast Show playlist. What do you say, Hazel? We'll do this? Let's get this going.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. We'll do it live. That was poorly timed. Hey, thanks for listening to Guardian Downcast. You can find us on Twitter at Guardian_D_cast.
Or, you can find us on Instagram at Guardian_Down_cast and see what picks our weekly guests want to share with you.
Or Hazel, just visit our website at GuardianDowncast.com for all the contact information and where else you want to find us. And you can also play any past episodes you like in any order you like, right from your browser.
Don't you or me, man. Anyway, so hey, Guardians. Check us out, and later, Guardians.
Toddles.
Hey, that's my line, man.
Well, Mr. Hazelnut NT, we've been playing a lot of Destiny with our community this last week and over the holiday New Year. Did you guys do anything for New Year's this year, or I know you've been going through hell right now with certain things, but
yeah, we didn't do much. We were trying to get Addie. Well, we were checking to see if she wanted to stay up late. And she was like all about it. Come like 4 o'clock in the evening. She's like, yeah, I'm staying up all night. And I was like, oh God, help us. But around 8 o'clock, I looked at it and she's like, yeah, she's like, I'm going to go upstairs. She's like, you're putting me to bed. All right. And I was like, oh, okay.
Was the head bobbing? Was the head going up and down like she's fighting?
No, not at all. Not at all. She was just like, no, I'm going to bed and you're putting me to bed. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went ahead and, walked her up the steps, and then she went to sleep and everything else. And then my wife and I went downstairs and I was like, what the fuck was that? So, yeah. And then we ended up watching Cobra Kai.
What do you think of that? What do you think of this season while we're talking about that?
So I'm not done with it yet, because of things that are going on and me having to sleep downstairs and
yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, we're not done with it yet, but
initial
this show.
Okay.
I love this show. It is the year of nostalgia. But the thing is that this has been nostalgia for the other seasons as well. So this is just adding more to it and going deeper and giving it its own story.
Right.
So I really, truly love this show. I mean, it's just, I don't know. There's just moments where I just sit there and I just have this biggest smile on my face.
Yeah. For me, the nostalgia's starting to wear off. And I'm starting to see for what this show really is. And it's if you go into this show thinking it's going to be a serious drama or serious story, don't even bother. But because it's very, it's kind of a very basic show. You kind of know what's going to happen. And I did see the whole season, this whole season. No spoilers, but the ending was not what I expected. So good job. Good job there. I thought this was going to go right down the normal path that it normally does. And they threw a little curveball. So I like that.
It's good. I mean, to me, the show is, you know right away that this is not a serious show.
Right.
It's not a comedy necessarily, but it's definitely not serious. If you went into it thinking it's serious, then, you got to change your expectations there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Anything else you've been watching between now and over the holidays? Anything we didn't mention from last show?
Actually, yeah. One quick funny story for you is that Daisy was sitting between my wife and I when we were watching Cobra Kai.
Uh-huh.
And she was like leaning against me. And then I don't know when it was, but probably around 12 o'clock, she like looked up at me and like put her head on me. And I was like, oh, so I was rubbing her head and I gave her a kiss on the head. Uh-huh. And my wife like looked at me and she's like, it's midnight.
And you give her a kiss.
I'm like, exactly. I kissed the dog on midnight. So I was like, oh shit.
It could have been worse. I used to be real excited about New Year's when I was younger, but as you get older, this isn't for everybody, but it's just not a big deal for us. And Florida, my God, everyone's lost their mind with fireworks on New Year's. Oh, New Year's Eve and New Year's Eve. Everyone's launching fireworks every night. And I feel like these people spent hundreds of dollars on fireworks. They're going to launch them all. And even New Year's Day, the day after, someone shot one at 9:30, and I'm like, okay, he got his full $100 worth. These were like huge mortar fireworks. We were walking our dogs at the same time they launched them, and my dogs were barking at the air. They didn't know what to think of this. We stayed home. We watched the movie. We basically cooked in. We cooked a nice meal together, and I bought her a new indoor grill. It's like a range. It's like I can't explain it. It's something that Ninja makes. It's like a convection grill. It's really crazy. But we cooked on the grill inside, if you could say, and had a nice wholesome meal. I think I had boneless chicken or something, but sat down, had a nice meal, and sat down and watched the show together. Right before, probably around, I don't know, 2 hours before midnight. And we watched the show, the Sesame Street. Have you seen this? The Sesame Street documentary that's on HBO?
No, not in the least.
It's really good. It talks about these people who lived Sesame Street and how it all started. And, it talked about Henson and Frank Oz, which I don't know if you knew this. I'm sure you know this as a Star Wars guy. He actually is the one who was the voice and puppeteer of Yoda. Yeah. He was actually let's just say Ernie. Ernie was, Bert and Ernie. Everyone knows Bert and Ernie from when they grew up watching Sesame Street. Ernie was Jim Henson, and Bert was Frank Oz. And these two were inseparable. And it just talks about their relationship, how they did everything together. And these people lived on this set, dude. I'm talking people would sleep there. They love this show so much, and how it affected children and how it was such a positive hit for kids, especially inner city kids that, it was all built on the inner city streets, right? So, yeah. And they had a lot of, they talked about how it progressed over the years and all the different characters, and they had, cordial interviews with each of them that were still alive. Really good show. So we watched that. It was just enough time. And then my wife zonked out before midnight. So I went in and woke her up and kissed her on New Year's Day officially. That was our New Year's pretty much. So,
nice. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Yeah. One thing I did want to say is, a while back I mentioned that I liked the show MI6. Or Spooks, in the UK is what they call it. And, Mr. Monkey messaged me and he's like, if you like that show, you should check out, this one. And, so the thing that I liked about that show, Spooks, is that it, was about basically these, special agents, basically. It's like kind of like the FBI for Britain. And they would go out and they would do things. And in the first episode, you're kind of getting used to all these characters and everything else. And you get used to this one character and all of a sudden they die. And it's like, oh, wow. Okay. And then throughout the rest of the series, they don't hesitate to kill off a main character, like a named famous person. They don't hesitate to kill off anybody. So it's like this nothing is sacred kind of thing. So I said that, and Mr. Monkey recommended a show called Line of Duty to me. And the first season has Lenny James, who's actually the voice of Lord Shax.
Really? That's good. That's cool.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll watch it. So I've watched the entire first season, second season, third season, and now I'm in the midst of the fourth season, and I just can't get enough of this. I mean, every season, except for the first one, is 6 episodes long, and they're about maybe 45 minutes to an hour.
Wow.
So
that's nice.
It is so much fun to watch this show, and just I don't know, it's almost like trash TV to a degree, because it's like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? But, it's trash, but classy at the same time.
Okay.
It's really well done.
Wow. Another show I wanted to mention too, since we're talking about shows, I watched on the NFL Network, after the game this week. It was called All Madden. I'm sure you know that Madden died this week. And you know what's really weird? It's actually very cool how they did this. They made this documentary while he was still alive, Hazel. He actually sat there looking at a big screen in front of him with all these past players and coaches and commissioners and stuff talking about how great he was for the game. And he's, of course, tearing up and all that. And it ends, well, I won't tell you how it ends, but it's a very maudlin ending. I think you'd like it if you haven't seen it yet. All Madden on the NFL Network. I'm sure it'll be out somewhere else, but that was a great documentary. It was long. It was like a hour and a half plus. So yeah, that. Anything else? Anything else we want to mention while we're talking about it, show wise?
I don't think so. I mean, pretty much my life is revolved around family, Dares of Eternity, and Line of Duty.
How many runs you got now? Dares of Eternity? Go ahead, you can flex.
I was actually just looking that up, because I was like, I have to know because this is the bane of my existence. The magic number, I think, is 80.
That's how many you got to get all the good stuff in there?
Yeah, exactly. Oof. So, yeah, I think it's 80 is the magic number, and I am at 41. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's taken a while. My shortest run is about 10 minutes and 20 seconds.
Really? Okay.
And it looks like I've been in it for 10 hours. So, yeah. It feels a whole lot longer.
Okay. Let me look up what I did in comparison. /dares. Let me see if he'll just give it to me. Yeah. Okay.
By the way, I just want to say I have loved most of the names that our community has given me.
Oh yeah.
Except for the past 2 days.
What?
The past 2 days are like, I was
I'm sorry in advance.
Come on now. I was like, for real, we can do better than that. So
yeah. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming.
Yeah. So yesterday I was Gator's side piece.
That was from Mr. Hades.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was today's from RNG Gatr? I want to hear you say it.
Yeah. Yeah. I love AMC A-List.
Yes. For the win.
Yeah, exactly.
In comparison, I've done 7. I've spent an hour and 59 minutes, and it's fastest
going to take you a year to do that shit.
My fastest run was 14 minutes. So, yeah. But like I said, I'll start the grind. I'll start the grind back up. I'll start getting these done because I want that Xur ship. Xur ship. That Xur ship is cool. There's some really neat stuff they put in this 30th anniversary edition. Almost did it again. Not 35th, 30th anniversary edition for Bungie. And what have you liked? What have you thought so far about this 30th anniversary edition? I know we're all over the place tonight, but I don't care. What do you think so far? You think it's worth the $25?
Oh, that's a hard question. I think it's semantics at this point. I don't think it's worth $25. I think it's worth $20.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's just $5 difference, but to me, I know we got a new dungeon, we've got dares, we've got, the treasure and all of that stuff. And
right.
I don't know. I think it's slightly overpriced, but for the things that we got, I like it. I do like it. I enjoy the armor. I've got all of the dungeon armor on all 3 characters. I have already transmogged all the pieces so that way I can slap them on whenever I want.
Right.
We have the streetwear set that was given to us
right
just for showing up. And
I like it for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fine. So, yeah, I don't know. It's weird to me, it's like I was talking about it with, Sneaky, and he's like, it'd be better if they included any type of content with this, like any type of story.
Instead of just being a game show. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Give it some lore, give it something give it some teeth, that way we can actually enjoy this and that instead of just banging our head against the wall 80 times trying to do a damn dare thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a lot of grind. I give them a little bit more leeway here because mainly of the fact that they gave us so many new weapons. Between the swords, all of the Halo reference weapons they gave us for free. Because I have a free to play account I'm working on right now. It was free.
Huh.
Yeah. The battle rifle, the Forerunner, I completed that on my free account. I bought the season pass just because I like doing season passes, but it was $10. But for a free to play account, jumping on here, you can get the Forerunner, you can get the Catalyst, you can do all the grinding through all the Dares of Eternity stuff and get all the stuff that's in Dares of Eternity free without buying the game. So,
except for the dungeon stuff.
Yeah, the dungeon. Now, what we're talking about we're splitting hairs with $25 is the dungeon and the Gallahorn, of course. That's a pay-to-win weapon, I would say.
Not pay to win.
Pay to acquire. You're buying that weapon, basically. If you don't buy the 30th anniversary edition, you don't get it. You have no access to it. But you know what? That's a good trade-off. For everything they're offering weapon-wise that you can grind for, I can't complain, man. I mean, let's look at Eververse. There I can complain. When one thing cost, $15 for one item in silver, equivalent silver, 1,500 silver, I don't think so. That's where I'm drawing the line. But they're giving you a lot of free content in here just to play. You don't have to buy it to get that content. So I give them a pass only because they were so generous on the front end. So I don't want to, we can go down a rabbit hole there, but.
Well, I mean, the other thing I wanted to mention is that you were talking about basically like paid versus the free track. So, right. I mean, for $25, basically it's the dungeon because you get the dungeon and then the streetwear set. So that's $25.
It's that dungeon is very fun to play though, I must admit. It
is. But you also get the weapons that go with that. So, yes, I mean, so you yourself, without buying the dungeon and that 30th anniversary pack, you're never going to get a 1,000-yard stare on that character in Ias Luna, a Matador, the sword, the armor set, the Gallahorn, things like that.
Very true. Very true. But I can get the Forerunner.
Yeah, which I mean, I would say is pretty much just as good as anything else. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just a hard thing where I'm like looking back on it now. I'm like, I thought that like dares, like to do those, you had to have the 30th anniversary pack, but no.
Yeah.
So no, now I'm definitely thinking $25 is definitely too much.
Yeah. If you're counting on what you're actually getting for it, but as a total package, I'm going to slightly disagree that I think it was worth it. It's a small point.
What do you mean the package?
If you're talking about the entire 30th anniversary edition, all the stuff that comes with it, free or purchased, if you put it together as one package and forget about the actual individual items you're getting, then overall, I think it's worth investing in it as a whole. And like you said, there's weapons that you can get in the dungeon that I can't get with the free version, but Bungie was pretty generous here, giving us a lot of these weapons, and people who are little lights that are jumping in here and playing for free can sit there and play Dares of Eternity to their heart's content and grind up that season bar with Xur and get all the stuff that unlocks with that, which is materials and all kinds of different things they can get. The catalyst for Forerunner, which I don't have yet. But
well, you have to get to level 16 for that.
Yeah,
I think 13.
It's going to take a while. I think I'm level 5 or 6, maybe. Yeah, it's going to be a while. All right. I was just curious what you thought there. I did have one movie review I wanted to share before we move on with my AMC Stubbs A-list. I need to check that out. Elmer Fudd. Great program.
What's that?
It is Elmer Fudd explained it so well last week.
Okay.
I'll spare everybody. I did see a movie called American Underdog. This was basically the Kurt Warner story. If you're too young to know, Kurt Warner was an MVP Super Bowl champion quarterback. And, I don't know if you know who Kurt Warner is.
Me myself?
He played in the Super Bowl for the St. Louis Rams. But what's more crazy about this man is the crazy story of how he became an NFL MVP. I don't know, to me, it's a story you have to see to believe. And I'm glad I watched this movie. It's not a flashy movie. It's a very, it's a drama. It's very, there's no action scenes or anything like that you expect from it, but it's full of story. And more importantly, it's full of hope and kind of the human spirit type stuff that they throw out there. Rotten Tomatoes scores it at 74 critics. 98% of the audience loves this movie, which like I said, exemplifies how much this movie really connects with people. I'm kind of tough on movies, so I'm using my new rating that, thanks to Kingsley Mack, it's not a high school grade anymore. I'm giving this one a B, 3.5 stars. That would be 5? 3.5 out of 5. That would be considered a good movie. I'm kind of hard on movies, so I don't give, as you can see, I gave Spider-Man a B. So yeah, moving on. I did.
Well, wait a minute. I want to.
Okay. I knew you were going to do this.
I want to get some clarification.
Okay.
So
I'm going to give you,
3.5.
I'm going to give you the rating scale because, thanks to Kingsley Mack, he gave it to me and I cut and pasted it. At 0.5 star, I walk out. At 1 star, just terrible. 1.5 stars considered awful. 2 stars is just plain bad. 2.5 stars. 2.5 stars is not great. 3 stars is okay. Pretty much an average movie. 3.5 stars is good, which is what I give this movie. 4 stars is very good. 4.5 stars is great. And 5 stars is perfect, which I have yet to see a movie that's perfect. I'm a little tough on scores.
Okay, so where would Spider-Man be?
Okay, I'm going to revamp my my rating of this movie. I'm going to give this 4 stars and call it very good. And you're asking me what would I rate? You
gave this an extra 0.5 star now.
I'm giving this 4 stars, and I'm going to say that Spider-Man was good, but not great, in my opinion.
But okay, so you gave that 4 stars
Yes,
out of 5
because it's a very good story. If you're basing it on story and progression,
I'm talking about it being a movie.
Yeah, complete. It's a complete movie. Very good plot, okay. Very good characters, very good acting, very great ending. Right. Oh, the ending was great. I mean, when the movie ended, I looked at my wife and said, "Great movie." Walked out. Just one of those movies you just know at the end. They did this really well.
Okay, so how many stars did Spider-Man get?
Spider-Man got 3.5 stars in my book. It's a good movie. It's a solid good movie.
Okay, and The Matrix?
3.5 stars. It's a good solid movie in my opinion.
So this movie was better than
better both. I had a better feeling walking out of this theater, and that's what I base it on. How am I feeling walking out of this movie? Because that's the only time you're really going to be able to truly reflect on what you just saw. In fact, they have poll takers outside theaters doors because they want to know your initial impression of the movie right off the bat before you get in your car and all the noise of the world comes back in the radio or whatever, and you guys start talking or whatever. So, yeah, walking out of the theater. 4 solid stars for this movie. Walking out of Spider-Man, 3.5 stars. Walking out of Matrix, a little confused and a little 3.5 stars. We up to speed?
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify.
I know you just giving people ammunition. I know what you're doing.
No, I just legit wanted to get a feel for where everything stood. So
yeah.
And what about Cry Macho?
That was. I give it 1 star terrible, but it was very close to me walking out of it. If my parents weren't there, I would have said, honey, let's go. My parents were there. It was terrible. 1 star for that movie. Terrible. I did want to mention, though, Hazel, before we move on, that just want to mention some movies that I am going to be watching coming up here. Licorice Pizza is out right now. It's gotten really good reviews. My wife and I are going to see that this weekend. The Kingsman, which is the origin story for the Kingsman series, is out now. We're going to watch that the following weekday. There's a movie called Marry Me, February 11th. Jackass Forever. You know I'm seeing that one. February 4th. Dog. That's another good movie coming up. February 18th. Death on the Nile. That's based on the classic. That's February 11th. Cyrano, which is based on Cyrano, the play.
Bergerac.
Yes, yeah. The play. That's January 28th. That's coming up soon. Moonfall, which is going to be on HBO too, by the way. February 4th, Top Gun Maverick. I'm looking forward to watching that. Please don't mess that up. May 27th, Uncharted movie, which is a video game movie based on the series. February 18th, Morbius. I hope they do a good job.
Delayed.
Yeah, this is April 1st is the actual tentative date right now. Doctor Strange.
No, it got delayed, I think.
It got delayed again?
Yeah. Morbius did, yeah.
Okay, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, May 6th. I really hope they stick to that. And, of course, my probably most anticipated superhero movie, The Batman, is on March 4th.
Yep.
Movies I am planning on watching. Jurassic World Dominion is tentatively for June 10th. And Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, April 15th, that's coming out. I'm looking forward to that because I love the Harry Potter series. I did want to remind people I did watch the HBO documentary about the Harry Potter series. It's called it's about where they all come back to Hogwarts as a reunion piece. It was a little long-winded in my opinion, but it was still worthy of watching if you're a fan of the series. So that is on HBO as well. Just want to remind everybody that is available right now. Anything else, Hazel? I think I've blabbed enough here.
I don't think I have anything else. So no.
Okay. All right. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, looking for some like-minded gamers to Destiny with?
Or maybe just a place to de-stress and talk about life with others for a bit.
Or maybe just a place to discuss the latest movies, the TV shows, new awesome music out there.
What about New Year's resolutions or goals or our fitness section?
Well, you're also forgetting about our channels with links to our clan, Speakpipe, our show music playlist for God's sake, or even where to get a show t-shirt, mouse pad, or coffee mug if you want to help support us.
Wow, you're not just a Bungie shill, you're a Guardian Downcast shill, huh? So, man, you must be forgetting also about the podcast questions channel, where listeners can put in their own questions for us.
And Hazel, our show feedback channel, where listeners can talk about our past podcast. And our...
Stop. This shameless plug has gone on long enough. I'm going to put a fork in it. Everybody, just go to the GDC Discord community link in our weekly show notes, where you can see the invite there. Just visit us at guardiandowncast.com. That invite link there will never expire, so just go there too.
And later, Guardian.
Oh my God, just stop.
What? What did I do?
You're so excited.
I'm excited, man. What,
Just bring it, just bring it down.
All right, whatever, man. Okay, jeez.
Lay off the coffee.
What a downer. All right, boys and girls, the next thing we want to talk about, since there is no TWAB this week, thank you, Bungie. DMG was kind of tongue-in-cheek in it this week in his Twitter post. A lot of podcasts have been talking about this year in review, kind of looking back at all the seasons and this Beyond Light expansion. And Hazel and I got to talking, and we said, you know what? Let's do this. Let's name one thing we really liked about Beyond Light and the seasons, and we can be specific or vague. And one thing we hope that they'll improve on going into Witch Queen. And Hazel, let's go to you first, man. What are your thoughts on this?
Okay. So my controversial pick for what they did right is Stasis.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. I got to get the soundbite for that.
It's the damn ice show. I'm serious, man. I mean, I loved Stasis. I loved everything about it. I mean, for real, I enjoyed the power fantasy that it gave. I understand, it was hell on earth and PvP and everything else, and overpowered for probably damn near a year. But it was fun as shit to use. And if you didn't use it and you complained about it and everything else, you were that type of person, that's on you. I mean, pure and simple. So, it was just great.
Okay. I'm biting my tongue.
What?
I'm not biting my tongue. I'm fine. I'm letting you talk.
Well, no, it was, okay. So what made it great was, the fact that they were willing to do this and take a gamble.
Yeah, they took a gamble, all right.
And I think to a degree, that they don't want another year like they had this year, where basically people are like, Stasis. So, I think that the next one is going to come out and it's going to be completely underpowered, and then they're going to have to tweak it up. I don't think it's going to come out of the box and be good.
Let me ask you this. Do you think because of the reception of Stasis that they're going to be a little hesitant to offer Decay or something else type of energy?
Well, no, that's the reason why I say, Decay is one of those things that I think everybody assumes is coming into the game.
Right.
So if we use that as an example, then I think that it's going to be like completely underpowered. It's going to do less damage than Thorn.
That's what you just said. Sorry. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. No, that's the reason why I say it is I think that it's going to do less damage than Thorn unless you really truly, but like spec into it.
You don't think in Bungie style they're going to come out hot with it so people will adopt it first?
Hell no.
Wow, really? Okay.
No, man, come on. Do you think they are?
I don't know. I think Bungie wants people to grasp and accept, or at least try the news. I mean, once they hear people say, "Oh, it's melting people in Crucible," I mean, I think they're going to want to generate some interest. I mean, if it comes out and it's just like, people just stick to what they're comfortable using, which is Voidwalker for me. So I think they have to come out at least a little hot, at least in some areas. No?
Nope. I doubt it, man. I mean, just, you have to think about it in terms of what Bungie had to put up with for this entire year. You know, they had to put up with people talking mass shit all year that stasis is ruining my life. I'm leaving the game. I'm a popular streamer. And I mean, that's it right there. I mean, that's what they put up with for an entire year.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
So, I mean, I have a feeling it's going to come out neutered and then they're going to have to fix it from there and then raise it up.
Pump it up. Gotcha.
So, what about you, man?
Okay. One thing that I loved that they did this on all of these seasons and Beyond Light. I have to go the Crucible, man. I love that they've done the latest sandbox changes in the Crucible where they've nerfed abilities and super generation, and it's become more of a build-based game and more of a weapon-based game. I've said in the past that I wish they would come out with just a playlist in Crucible where there's no abilities, no grenades, no powered melees, just guns. Just like a lot of shooters out there, it's just guns. All right, yeah, some of them have grenades, I get it. But make it just all about getting your weapon skill and your aiming skills down. I think people would populate that a lot. I really do. It would bring me, that's for sure. I love that.
We will see.
Yeah, and I think this was a great change. I think the fact that they've increased the spawn timers just a few seconds, that keeps people from spawning in too quickly and getting killed by the same damn super that they got killed that put them there to begin with. That's eliminated a lot of those seventh column medals that people can get. So those may be a little harder now to get. And but I just love the fact that it's more based on gun. And super generation is based on not only what damage you do or how much you engage in the battle, not just sit back in a map and let it passively just build up, especially like in something like Trials or Comp. But any damage you take, you get rewarded with super energy. I love that that was a genius. I didn't even think of that. So that was a very good move on Destiny's part. I'm glad that they incorporated making people active, not passive. I can still remember the artifact, what was that artifact in the Iron Lords in Destiny 1 that where it would make your super build faster, especially if you were near other people. Galeon? Was it Galeon? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, don't quote me on that. But there was an artifact in the Iron Lords DLC from Destiny 1 where people would just sit in the back of the maps together and ramp up their super ability.
That was Scory.
Scory's
Harmony.
Scory's Harmony. Yeah, there it is. Thanks. I knew you'd find it. So yeah.
No, I just remembered it. I was like, oh, the one that everybody was sitting in the back of the map for.
You know what? I really wish they'd bring Galeon back because Galeon's, I can't remember what the full name of it was, but it was an artifact that gave you third eye for everything. I love third eye. Whenever I use my hunter, I put on the third eye mask because I love being able to aim and see what radar, see if there's a shotgunner around the corner coming dashing at me. I'd be able to get out of aim quickly and counter it. I just love that perk. And, I really wish they brought something like that back, even in maybe an armor mod or something. I don't know. Wishful thinking. So yeah, the ability nerfs and the total revamp of the sandbox in the Crucible is looking back at Beyond Light as a whole. That's the main thing that I like the best. All right. So that brings us to the other point, or the other side of the equation. What is something you hope they do better in Witch Queen, Hazel?
Okay. Something that they're not, something that I hope they do better at that they're not going to do better at. I already know this.
Okay.
It's going to be the seasonal model, regarding like the seasonal activities. I mean, I don't think that there's been one that maybe whatchamacallit.
You're talking about
overrides.
Okay. I was thinking something else.
See, so what I mean is like, they're all just so damn repetitive. And I just want something, give it some variety.
You know, the one thing I love about Returnal, I don't know if everybody knows it, but I'm actually playing a different video game. I know. Easy's falling out of his chair. I love about Returnal is it's computer generated. It's randomly generated. Every room you go in and whatever boss you fight, it's never the same. It's randomly generated. As soon as you enter that new room, it randomly generates a new enemy environment. So I wish they would do that with these repeatable activities. They do, have different bosses, right? They rotate those a little, but it'd be nice if they had more randomization where it would keep things interesting. You'd agree with that? Yeah.
Well, yeah. Maybe I know it's more work, but give like maybe 2 or 3 different versions of this. So that way people can be like, oh, okay, it's some variety. And then, inevitably there's going to be one people are going to like flock to versus another.
Sure.
But it's just, I despise running Dares of Eternity right now. I'm in here right now and I'm just.
It's so boring you don't even have to focus on it. Yeah. You're just going through the motions.
Exactly. And it's just terrible.
I played with the sound off. Didn't need any sound.
Yeah. I'm hating my life right now. So.
But you're getting them done. You're getting closer to that ship.
Yeah, exactly. I need my 80. I'm getting there eventually. And, I just want some variety. There was Overrise, there was Battlegrounds, which were abysmal. What was the other ones? The hunts, the Wrathborn hunts. Those were terrible, but those were at least quick.
Yeah, they were quick, but they were very boring. I used to farm them a lot, and I still farmed them for that essence that you had to get to make cookies and stuff. But other than that, yeah, those failed pretty quickly for me.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah. The 6 main activities definitely, and okay, let's just say there's a certain activity everyone loved and everyone hoped that they got. You just mentioned that. Well, that's when Bungie needs to step in and say, what did you like about this level? What is it about this level that you liked over the other levels? That's where they can get some good feedback and make levels more like that. Maybe there's too open an area over here. Or maybe it's too annoying. These snipers over here shoot you too much or something. It's annoying. But you know what? Here's the thing, Hazel. Destiny and Bungie has already experimented with randomly generated environments. Remember where? The Infinite Forest.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's there. I think they already have it in their arsenal that they can do it. But will they? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I really, truly don't. But if you remember, they were all like hyping it up. Like this is going to be like something really good and everything else. And then they never did anything else with it.
Right. Well,
maybe the Halloween events, but
yeah. Well, going to the one thing that I hope they improve on going into Witch Queen, and this was a major discussion. In fact, we broke out into an individual thread in our Discord. And the question I asked in this thread was, why does guided games seemingly not work? And I stated one of my reasons I didn't really do it too much is if we were short a fire team member and we would never even think of using it, is there was no incentive for the Sherpas. There was no incentive for us to do it other than an emblem that had a tracker on it that told you how many people you Sherpa'd. I mean, that's, I do, as I mentioned in the earlier shows, I love emblems. I love expressing myself as unique. That's kind of the thing I love about, I was talking about this on the Guardian Hub tonight. I really want Destiny to drill down on individuality and creativity. I talked about on their podcast how in Battlefield, our clan would make our own clan emblem, and you could paste it on all your equipment that you were using, all your guns you were using. Someone picked up a gun that you used, they'd see your clan name on the gun. And I'm not talking about little trinkets and little crap that hangs off of your gun. I think that's stupid. What's that got to do with a gun? Having some kind of keychain hanging off of it. That's just dumb. That's just a money grab. It's just my opinion, but if Bungie can figure out how to customize the banners to track certain individual goals or certain individual stuff instead of the broad-based stuff they have now, or create clan emblems or create anything that someone can make an emblem maker, a simple emblem maker, make something out. I made Gatr emblems and stuff that I would put on, and I'd have different accounts. I'd put different kinds of Gatrs on. It was so much fun to do. It took a lot of time to do, but it kept me engaged with the game. There were a few people that chimed in here. I just wanted to share it real quick. Looking over here, Dull Valor, this is sharp. The question he asked is, how do you communicate with them? Is there some kind of game chat that kicks in where you can actually start talking with them? I don't know. I haven't used guided games lately. Listeners, you tell us in our show feedback segment. Have you worked and tried guided games? Have you been able to have any effect having people join game chat? Or like when we ran it, the person 9 times out of 10 didn't have a mic, didn't want to talk, didn't try to connect, didn't try to join our party, nothing. They would just wave at us with an person.
That's on the person, because it says in there that you need a mic to do this.
Well, you're right. But like I said, it's not required. In other words, if they don't have a mic plugged in, it's still going to let them into the party. And then, like you said, it's on the player. I get that part, but it was just something that Sharp mentioned in our, on our thing. And he said, Sharp also mentioned, similar to MMOs like World of Warcraft, he would lean more towards an in-game LFG over matchmaking for high-end content. Or at least, like I said, adding incentive to spend your time teaching someone mechanics on the high-end content, like a high-end raid. A Sherpa reward system would be cool and probably lead to more people wanting to teach those who haven't done in-game activities yet. And I'll admit, I was helping Mile High Magi, who has never done a Vault of Glass last night, and I was so happy for him that he was able to get that raid completed. Shout out to Kingsley Mackey was in there helping as well. AJ, little bits. My buddy Warcry was in there, and he'd only done one run, so he was fairly new to it as well. So he got another one done.
Basically an ACL.
Salt. Yes, basic salt. Basic salt.
Just salt is what I was
we just call him Salt. He's a good guy. He had run the raid several times. He knew what he was doing. Heck, he ran the relic for us. He kicked ass. He did a great job for us last night. So yeah. So overall, that's one thing I really wish that they would do better. If they're going to keep guided games in the game, they need to create some kind of, like Sharp said, maybe, like hover over an activity and have like an LFG window pop up or something like that. And I even mentioned this as maybe even a reward system for people to help other people try new high-end content. Is like with Crucible, Gambit, hell, even Xur has a reward bar. Why not put embedded into the emblem, the guided games emblem that they give you? If you inspect that, it actually has a reward system, like a tier. So however many people you Sherpa, it builds up a bar and you get certain rewards for however many Sherpas you get. You can build it on XP or however way they decide. But that's just something I came up at the last minute. So, just my thoughts.
I mean, I like that idea. I do. I think that the biggest issue is that it sounds to me that just because you don't use it, you think it's broken.
Here's the thing, Hazel, to be honest, I used it about a year and a half ago. I used it right before I joined the Dad's Tales clan. It was with my old clan. We would be short a player and we go, okay, guided games tonight. So we go to the guided games, we pull people in, and we get some people in and we say, we're just curious, how long did you have to wait to get in with our team? He says, man, I've been waiting for 2 hours to get in this. We're like, 2 hours? You sat there in orbit for 2 hours? He goes, yep. And he actually had a mic and talked to us, by the way. And one thing that was mentioned in the Discord is maybe have it where you can at least farm materials or do some menial stuff that you can leave at any time. And, it'll give you like
maybe when you go in, it puts you in a certain area, a certain region.
Yeah, because think about it, Hazel. When you first start a brand new DLC or brand new release for Bungie, they put you in a waiting room, right? You're you're number 10,000, and it'll be much smaller, obviously, because not as many people use it. But you'll say they'll give you a number. Say you're in the waiting list. You're number 362, and as people start finding teams, that number keeps dropping, and then you realize, okay, I'm on number 5 now. I need to jump out of whatever I'm doing and sit back in orbit and get ready to connect. That would be a good way to do it. I mean, they've had these mechanics in the game, but it just depends if they incorporate or run with guided games, or maybe they have something altogether different that we don't even know about yet. But that's the one thing I hope that they improve on going into Witch Queen. Any other comments on this?
I think that yes. I mean, it would be great if they made the improvements of, one, rewarding the people that are doing it, like the players who are like the,
gotta give us a reward, man. We're gamers.
The guide. No, they don't. They don't have to do anything technically.
True.
So,
I also technically don't have to help anybody.
That's on you. That's a choice that you make consciously.
Then that's on Bungie then.
No, it's not on Bungie.
If you have to put you have to put a carrot out there, man.
Think about it though. The carrot is, what did you say when Mile High got his
feeling good? Yes. I knew you were going there. And Kingsley and his crew over there at the Guardian Hub, they Sherpa a lot of people, including some of our members. And I'm sure it's a really great feeling, but like Kingsley said last night, he goes, man, I'm tired of explaining stuff to people. You explain it. You explain it to people, and it has to be, I mean, he gets nothing out of this. He gets nothing other than another mark on how many runs he's done. Maybe that's enough. Yeah. Maybe that's enough, but I'm just saying, how do we improve this where more people engage in it?
Of course, exactly. And it means the same thing like they did with the revamp of Crucible, Gambit, the strikes.
Yes.
I mean, it does make sense. I would like to see that happen. I just think that, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that I want to see the numbers. I do. I really, truly.
Okay.
Because I just don't think that it's as broken as you think it is. Just because you don't use it, I'm sure that there are a lot of teams out there that use it.
You might be right, dude. I mean, I remember toward the end, getting closer to getting into the, I guess, year 2 of Destiny, we would actually, it was so bad, we would sit in orbit for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, waiting for someone to join from Guided Games, and it was really slow. Maybe it was just that night was bad, but from my experience then, trying to help someone out, we couldn't get anybody to join. So...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, it was the same thing for me. I mean, it was, I'm sure it was myself and Easy, and we were trying to find like a raid and everything else for Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think that we were like waiting for maybe I think we gave it like 10 minutes and we were like, okay, this is lame. We're not going to do this anymore. Just because, like you said, we're gamers. We want to be entertained.
Yeah.
So because we couldn't do anything, that's the reason why we bounced after only like 10 minutes.
Yeah. It has to be a smoother interface. And unfortunately, that's one thing that Bungie has kind of flopped on. And I don't say a lot of bad things about Bungie and Destiny, because in my opinion, they've done very well. They've done a good job with this game. And I'm the shill of the show. I'm Gatr.
Yes, you are.
And Hazel's the realist. We get it. Hey, that was a good conversation, man. Thanks for
surprisingly good.
Yeah, we didn't argue too much.
No.
All right, man. Let's get into some community questions. We'll do that right after this.
Sounds good. Hey Guardians, would you like to send us a question for the show? Well, there's 4 ways to do it.
Number 1, join our Discord server. There's a join link in our show notes. We have some great gamers in there, by the way, and you can just lurk or hang out or jump right in and talk with us. There's also a channel labeled Podcast Questions where you can type in your question for the show.
You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com, or we also tweet out almost every week about our upcoming show, guest, and you can respond there with your questions at guardian_d_cast is our Twitter handle.
Finally, you can send us a voicemail with your questions at speakpipe.com/guardiandowncast. Remember, that's all one word. And we'll play it on the show for you guys.
Speakpipe is honestly my favorite thing. But anyway, thank you for all you guys do, and toddles.
And later, Guardian. Well, everyone, as you probably know, earlier in the podcast, Hazel's wife is under the weather, and he had to go attend to her. I totally understand. So I guess, you guys got me to do community questions tonight. So,
hey, Gatr, how you doing?
Who's this?
It's RNG Gatr.
Oh, hey, man. Oranga. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Just thought I'd pop in, saw you in here by yourself.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, I was about to crank out some community questions. You want to join me?
Sure, we can do that.
Hell yeah, come on over, man. All right. Well, I tell you what, let's start with, let's do a couple of speak pipes. Let's do those first.
All right. No problem.
I got one here from Mr. Nate Fu, and we're going to play it right now.
Hi, guys. Thanks again for having me on the last episode of 2021. Hope your 2022 is going well. I never did get to my song recommendations for the playlist because I think my head was firmly planted in my desk by that point. So here we are coming in after the fact with the 2 selections that I put on the list for that episode 128. The first track I picked is from a band called X. They're an American rock band formed in Los Angeles. And they have a, multitude of tracks. But the one that I chose is the one aptly named Los Angeles. And the second track I picked is from Styles of Beyond. They're an underground hip-hop band from the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles, California, of which I currently reside. And I picked the song from them, Dunky Fividins. And the reason I picked these 2 bands is I actually have personal ties to both. With X, my wife is good friends with DJ Bonebreak's niece. And then with Styles of Beyond, Ryu is my actual legit brother-in-law. And I actually helped get their debut album, 2000 Fold, to press in time. They lost their hard drive the night they were supposed to send all the masters in to get the CDs and everything pressed. So yeah, I basically spent my 23rd birthday up all night doing data recovery and then rebuilding their system so they could actually get those tracks to the press house and get that album off the ground. So yeah, those are the reason I picked those 2 tracks. Again, thanks again for having me on. I was told it was a good time. And obviously, if you're hearing my voice, I successfully recovered somewhat. I don't think I had a drop to drink for the next 2 days. And even the sheer thought of having a drink was giving me bad thoughts. So Again, thank you again. It's always a blast coming on. Have a good one.
You know what, Nate? It was all worth it, brother. We had a great time, and what a better episode to end the year, you know? I think we all had a good time. Runga, I think you were in the chat during that somewhat parts of those episodes, I think, weren't you?
I was there before it all went to haywire. I left before you started your Matrix talk.
Oh no,
I couldn't make it anymore. I was tired.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Well, Nate, hey, it was a blast, dude. And yeah, I'm sorry you missed it. It was a great time. We were literally trying to get him to say the words so we could move on with the show, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not having it." So
yeah, I could hear it when I listened to the recording. I was like, "Yeah, he's struggling."
Oh man, that's crazy. We have one more RNG Gatr. Let's listen to this one. This one is from Mr. Sweaty Spooks.
All right.
Hello, this is Sweaty Spook speaking. Have we gotten to the part where Gatr talks about the weather yet? As it is, it's currently 12:40 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. That's an hour ahead of Eastern in Prince Edward Island, Canada. And we just had work canceled because we have a snowstorm incoming. Now, I know this one's not going to be applicable to Gatr, but if there's a guest on the show, this would be a question for maybe the guest and Hazel. When was the last time you remember getting a day off due to a snowstorm and getting a snow day? Love the show, guys. Hope everybody's safe. And looking forward to hearing this week's episode and hearing more from our good friend across the pond, Mr. Uncle Scumdeath. Love you, buddy. Love you guys. Stay safe. Till next time.
Thank you, Mr. Sweaty Spooks. Hazel's not here, obviously, and I know he would probably bitch and complain about how our weather's so bad, and he had one last week. What about you, RNG Gatr? You're up in North Carolina. You guys get any snow days?
My job, 9 times out of 10, I still got to go to work, but I've had about 5 years ago, we had a snowstorm because it actually came up on my Facebook today, 5 years to the date of pictures in the yard with my family. I remember not going to work because we got 2 feet of snow. So, it was beautiful.
Yeah, you guys aren't really set up for a major snowstorm up there, are you?
They do pretty good clearing the main highways and everything, but this week we got snow Monday, and I had to go to work. But our ground was so warm because we had been 70 degrees before that it really wasn't sticking to the roads. Wow. It stuck to the cars in the ground. But by the afternoon, it was melted and gone. It's my type of snow. You know, it looks pretty coming down, and it's gone by the afternoon, and I ain't got to deal with idiots on the road.
It's already in the drain.
So,
nice.
Yep, man. And today we're cold. We're not getting snow, but our low tonight's supposed to be 18 degrees. It's 28 right now. So it's chilly, and it's the cold don't bother me. It's the wind that we've got. And I work at the airport, which makes it even worse because there is no trees to block the wind where I'm at,
it's all open.
Oh yeah.
I get that. Well, Sweaty Spooks, I don't have snow days per se. We have hurricane days.
Yeah, we have those too.
We'll have hurricane days where school is canceled for like a week because we just don't know. I mean, we're a big jut out of land into the two oceans. So yeah, that would be except we have them in the summertime. You have this in the wintertime. So it's kind of the same, kind of not, but hopefully that answers your question, buddy. Hey, thanks for sending that to us. Hey, Runga, let's grab some questions out of the Discord here, man. What do you got?
All right. I got one here from Golden God. It is question for the show. What's your favorite weapon / armor / subclass combo? Mine is Laymanarch, Necrotic Grips, and Bottom Tree Dawnblade.
Oh,
I actually have. Yeah, that's nasty. I have one now with Stasis because I went farming IS Lunas in the grass, the new dungeon.
Right.
I got multiple IS Lunas, but I've got one that's great for PvE with Stasis on a Titan. On a Warlock, it's fucking awesome on a Warlock.
Nice.
Excuse me. Sorry, I'm trying to stop saying that word. But on a Warlock, it's got Headstone, Unrelenting, Sure Shot. It's a great roll because if you build your Stasis just right with the right aspects and everything, when you get a headshot, it makes a crystal on the ground. And I'm using Ophidian aspect because I have the faster reload, but I think my gun has a reload masterwork too, so it reloads real fast. But you get the crystal on the ground. When you shoot that crystal, it's like Dragonfly times 4.
Nice.
It literally, anything in the area just explodes. It's so much fun to use. So it's great for ag control. And I've used it on my Titan with stasis. I haven't tried it with my Hunter, but I've been playing my Warlock and Titan. Yeah. So I'm enjoying it.
Nice, man. I have what's called a vampire build. I'll have my not necrotic grips, but I'll have my the element is when you melee, you get your health back. It's vampire is one of the perks of the. I'm not looking at it right now, but off the top of my head, I know I'll use that in like a really sweaty raid, like a raid you're trying to stay alive. Usually like a day one raid. I'll use a crimson as my exotic kinetic, because anything you kill also gives you life or health, and then it reloads automatically if you're hitting headshots. I love that gun for that reason. I've got a ton of kills. I think I've got 20,000 plus kills on that gun, and they're almost all from raids back in the day, like the old Leviathan heroics and stuff. They were crazy hard. And Devour, Voidwalker. You eat your grenade. Anything you kill it didn't matter if you using a crimson or whatever. You get your health back too. It's a really good survivability class. A warlock. Warlock's my main, so that's what I would use in that. Good question. I'm gonna grab one from the vault here. One of our vaulted questions, what I call our legacy list. These are questions that are some of our community asked long ago. And because we can only pin 50 of them in our Discord, this is our overflow. And embarrassingly, this was a question that was asked quite a while ago from our good buddy, Uncle Scumdeath. He says, question for the show. In which past movie would you cast Mr. Elmer Fudd as the main hero of the film? Or the villain? The choice is yours. I personally would like to watch him as John McClane in Die Hard. Oh, wow. John McClane in Die Hard. I don't know, Runga. I would have to I'm thinking of like a Viking or some kind of Viking or early civilization type movie. Only thing that comes to me is maybe Troy. He could play He could play Hector. Eric Bana played that. I see him as maybe playing Hector. Defending, trying to keep everybody out of this kingdom. Yeah. The first thing that came to mind for me was an animated movie, How to Train Your Dragon, the dad, because he's got the big beard. He does.
Big, long, brown, reddish beard, stoic. And then I've heard Bud do his, Scottish accent before and everything. I could just see him playing that character on stream. I could see him dressed with this Viking helmet on stream for like a Apex tournament or something,
I could totally see that, man. Definitely. Good pick, man. That's a good one. I didn't even think of that. Okay. I'm going to grab one here from Hades. Question for the show. I know that other people died for good and lost family forever, but has anyone in the MCU been as effed over as Scott Lang was? Literally everything he did was so he could see his daughter grow up and be there for her, and then he goes and gets left in a time machine in a van for half a decade. You're our Marvel expert here, man. What do you think about that question?
Yeah, he has kind of been screwed over, but I could put Captain America in there too. The man had to sacrifice his life, be frozen, miss the love of his life, grow old, never got to have anything with her.
That's true.
And get unfrozen to find out she's old, she's passed away,
she's
passed away. And then, by end game, he's asked to rewrite it so he can go finally have the life he always wanted, I would say he suffered a lot and he never aged, he's having to watch tons of friends pass away, he had it pretty bad too.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. Good point. That's a good point. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to speed us up too quickly, but we have so many questions in here. I just kind of want to just get some knocked out tonight, man. So thanks for that question, Hades. I have one. Oh, your turn, man. Sorry. I got no. Sorry. I'm back. I got, sorry, man.
I can leave, if you don't.
No. I did cutsies. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. You know what? Go ahead.
I will take this one right for short. It said, Trials is back. And for one, And I, for one, very much missed it. What's the one thing you'd miss in Destiny if it disappeared for a week?
Oh,
I don't have one on top of my head, but I'm going to throw one at you. You probably missed Iron Banner if it disappeared.
man, you read my mind.
For a while. I just have a strange feeling that's where you'd go.
It's, of course, my answer, because it's a week-long Crucible event where you can get some badass rolls and guns. And these guns are all pretty decent. I mean, the Iron Banner weapons they're offering right now, between the sniper rifle and the fast-firing pulse rifle, there's a lot of deadly weapons in there. I tell you what I do is any of my lower light accounts that I make, I'll try to get them high enough, at least 1300, where I can jump in there and at least hold my own. I won't do as good as or sweaty as my main character, but it's always fun to challenge myself to jump in the Iron Banner and try to duke it out with all these guys that have max light, you know? So.
And see, I'm the opposite. I like Iron Banner in D1 and everything. I haven't still gotten into it in D2. I'll play it for one time during the season, but I never can get up to power enough. And then by the time I get there, I don't know. I just don't have, if I play it with people, it's fun, but I don't know. What would I miss? Like something, I'm trying to think out of seasonal range, something that's always there. But now that we've gone seasonal, you know, this stuff stays around until that season is gone. You know, it's so hard to say, what would I miss? I mean, I guess mine would be some raids that they took away, you know, like those Leviathan raids and everything, even though like the short dungeon ones and stuff, I love those. I kind of hate that they took those away. They were fun to run. Yeah.
I could see that. I miss Leviathan because they were so accessible, and you could jump in any of the smaller, faster parts of the Leviathan. I wouldn't call them dungeons.
Raid layers.
Yeah, the layers. Yeah, I like that. I hope they bring that back in Witch Queen. I really do. Okay, moving along here still. I have another one from Hades. Let's see. Question for the show. How much would it take you to delete all your characters on Destiny, and how much to never play again? Oof.
That ain't happening.
There is not enough money in this world.
There's not enough money to make me do that. I know.
I know. Astacross says if I get $51,000, I'll raise that kind of money. I'll delete Astacross. I'm like, I don't know, dude. And he has much more to lose than I do.
You'd have to look at me and say, "Here, I'm going to pay your house, your bills, you know, stuff you got that you're still paying on. You want to pay that? I might delete all my characters and start over for that, because then I wouldn't have those worries." But that's never
play again.
But never play again. No, there's no price for never playing again.
If I tell you, if we
Bungie would have to piss me off to never play again.
Yeah.
That's what would cost me never play again.
Yeah,
the game that they did something that just pissed me off.
And Bungie, there's no way Bungie's going to give up that everlasting dollar. So, for me, it would be never to play again. You couldn't pay me enough.
No.
One time a little story here. I was playing on PC and I was using overlays, and they told you not to use overlays. This was back when they were with Blizzard on PC.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
My God, man, that software caught anything you did to inject code into the game. And I remember I turned on, I was playing the beta, and I was using some new software, and I put on overlays by accident because I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm doing. I just press the button and it hopefully, captures the gameplay. And the next day I log in and it says, hold on there, buddy. You're going to have to sit tight for a while because, and they didn't tell me how long I was banned. It was, dude, there was never so much a sinking feeling in my stomach knowing that. And of course I tried getting on PS4. I tried to get on my Xbox. It was an IP ban, dude. It was harsh. So, I, of course, complained like probably half the Destiny community back then did, because they were like me. They didn't know about overlays. And they reversed it this one time, and I'll swear I'll never put overlays in this game again. I don't care if you even allow it now. I'm not even going to take the chance. So, screen cap only. Got it, Bungie. Got you. Okay.
So here's the question. When that happened, did you go play something else?
No. I just sulked. I just sat there. I sat there and racked my brain because it's my daily thing, man. It's my hobby. It's like, okay, say you collect and and fly those model planes, at that little mini airport. I have buddies who'd do that. You spend all this time, you got all this money wrapped up into it, and then one day someone steals all of it and it's gone. You're used to doing that every day or every day after work or every weekend. It's really hard to shake something you're really passionate about. And for Destiny, that's definitely me. So that's a good question too. Nice questions here tonight, guys. And these aren't these aren't even current questions. Sorry about that. All right, Ronga, what else we got?
All right, I got one here from Golden God. Says today was my high school reunion. We know it's not today because it's an older question.
Yes.
And I did go. Let's see. I did go. Didn't like most of the people that was going. Plus, I wanted to give the Vex another shot. No luck. But anyways, question for the show. Did y'all go to y'all's reunions? And did you have fun? If not, why? I have never been to one of my high school reunions because I just don't give a flying diddly squat to probably see half of those people. I got the ones I kept in touch with. We keep in touch. Other ways, I have no reason to go there and see any of those people. Hell, I don't know when the last time we had one. So
I'm approaching my, wow, gee whiz, 35th.
I've been out for
35th.
I've been out for 20.
I'm approaching my 30th or 35th, and 35th. 35th. And, yeah, I know. Don't laugh.
No, I'm 26, I think, this year.
Are you really? Now, I did go to my 10 year.
26.
I went to my 10 year because I was still very close to a lot of my friends. Even from college, a lot of my friends didn't move away. In fact, I don't know if I've told you this from past shows. I'm sure you guys know Jeff Coffey he was my best friend in high school and junior high, what they call middle school now. And we were lifelong friends. And he doesn't live far from me, and he's never given up on his music dream. He was a lead singer for Chicago at one point when Peter Cetera left the group. And you should see the people he has pictures with. Foreigner was one he just sent me the other day. And we still keep in touch. In fact, I was listening to an old song in my playlist, and I have his number, and I texted it to him. I said, dude, you remember jamming to this song? And he sends me a video back of me playing my saxophone in band that his mother took. I'm like, where the hell did you find it? He goes, I got a lot more of those, buddy. And I said, my wife wants more because she saw it and just laughed. I was such a nerd, man. I was a brand nerd, man, and an athlete. It was really weird. But anyway, yeah. So I went to my 10th with my best buddy, Jeff. And yeah, it was okay. It was really nice. It was at a nice hotel downtown Orlando. A lot of fun. And then the 20th, 25th, I just lost touch. If it wasn't for Facebook, I probably would not even know what any of these people are doing still. But Facebook is the only reason I'm still on Facebook is just to see what my friends are doing from high school.
Pretty much. And keep up with family.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Okay. We'll keep chugging along here.
And the C Fluffy shoe collection.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that man has some beautiful shoes. Let's see. I got another one here from Sweaty Spooks. Question for the show: what's your quote fun PvP build that's typically off meta, but you still find it as a fun build? Lay Monarch plus Oathkeepers takes that spot for me. Well, what do you think, Runga?
I ain't got an answer because you have to play PvP to have one. I haven't played PvP at all this season, except for maybe. Well, I mean, I guess I have played it, but it was early in the season, so I get on do PvE stuff, and kind of I've been dares is what's kind of been taking up for me right now. So
yeah, I was running those today.
Yeah, I don't have a fun PvP loadout. I don't play enough PvP to have one.
Oh man, I used to use Telesto for sweaty matches, but they've nerfed the hell out of Telesto lately. So I would use that as my fun or trolley build with like a slow firing pulse rifle, or even maybe a Skaithlock or something like that would work.
Yeah, I guess I could say one of my favorite ones. One's always a hand cannon. Now IS Luna's back. I've got some ones I'd like to try in PvP. I just haven't gone in. Yeah. But I like my Palindrome. I like my IS Luna. I loved using Graviton Lance in PvP when it was, because I would love it. You just sit there and get a group running around the corner and you headshot one, it popped them balls off of it and start hitting the other people come running up. You'd see,
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh my God. And I love the sound of that gun. I love the sound.
It's one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite exotics, but it's such garbage, man.
Yeah, I wish they would do something to that gun to bring it back. I mean, I really do. I love that weapon.
Well, you know, when they buffed all the slow firing aggressive pulse rifles, I thought I thought that gun would dominate the Crucible, and it never did. It just stayed there where it was, and it was just.
That's why I like to pull it out every now and then, because it catches people by surprise. Because if you can catch them with it, they don't see it coming.
Yeah.
So that or Sunshot. I like Sunshot too. So.
Now that's a gun I need to use that gun more, because that looks like
hand
fun.
Cannons.
And I would say a second option for me would be Cloud Strike. I know a lot of people use it for serious play, but I have not been able to get this sniper rifle steadied yet. It's kind of heavy and bulky for me. It's not real snappy. And I'm used to like my Adored. I'm used to very snappy, with snapshot sights. I'm used to that when I'm aiming, because that extra half second makes a world of difference when you're trying to get down range with a target, So, yeah, that'd be mine. All right, let's keep going, man. What else we got?
All right. I got one here from Von Hammerbane. I don't know who that is actually, but
one of our newer Discord members.
Is that a newer one? Okay. When Savathun finally hatches, she's taking somebody out. Their money is on Saladin. Who's your money on?
Saladin?
Mine's on Mara. I seriously think something's going to happen to her. That's my.
You think she's gonna go away?
I'm not going to bet, my name on it in Discord like some people do, but I'm just
don't hit a man when he's down, man.
Yeah, Mr. A-list. But I think it's her because I think she's too confident in herself. That's what I feel like. I feel like she thinks I'm going to do this and I'm going to take her out. We know you're not taking her out because we've seen the trailer for the new Witch Queen. God, if you say it the wrong way, you can say Witch Cream every time.
I know.
DCP does it all the time. Listen to him. I think it's Briar. Briar does it. He just runs with it. He don't care.
Yeah, he don't care anymore. I got you.
Yep. I can see her being taken out. I don't see Saladin. I don't see how it would be Saladin. I don't see where that's coming from. He's not playing anywhere in this story, so.
He just probably doesn't like Saladin for some reason. Yeah, man, it's hard not to.
Hey, that could be your and Hazel's new bet. Who, if anybody gets taken out, who will it be?
Oh, interesting.
Hazel was looking for something. There you go. So.
Wow. Okay. I'll have to talk to Hazel. Maybe next show we'll decide if that's a worthy bet or not.
I mean, we're getting into that.
That's a great idea, man.
We're going to be getting into the end of the season here soon. So
yeah. I'd like to slam the door on Hazel on another bet. That's not too cheesy, is it?
No, it's fine. I mean, I just took a shot at him for the name thing,
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not going to say, because in case we do have a bet, I don't want to give him an answer.
Yeah, you ain't got to answer that one. I just thought about that.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for that. No, I'm about to mention that to Hazel and see if that might be our next wager before Witch Queen. It's great timing, dude. Good on you. Mm-hmm. Was that me or you?
That was me.
Okay. All right. Let's go with another one here. Let's go with, Will Breaker's Wielder. I think is this Joker?
It's Joker.
Okay. God, quit changing your name, Joker. Okay. What is your favorite location in Destiny 2 and why? Favorite location? Yep.
I was looking. Yeah, and you can combine what is your favorite location in D1.
Destiny 1.
He said both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
He combined both of them. So.
Oh yeah.
The
Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 favorite location and why?
I'm trying to think D2 right now. D1s might take a minute.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you D1. Cosmodrome for me, because I used to just sit on the edge of the cliff, turn my game sound up, my environmental sound, everything, and just sit there and listen to the wind. I listen to even birds and stuff, crickets and stuff chirp. I was so enthralled with Destiny 1 when it came out. It was such a game changer for video games for me. I could just sit right on there on the edge, looking out on that nice, beautiful backdrop and just sit there. So I would say that would be my Destiny 1 favorite location because I spent a lot of time there. Does that give you time to think of something?
I can say I love the Dreadnought. When Taken King came, I love the Dreadnought. That story when you met Oryx for the first time and that fire went down the floor and up the wall and opened the door in the dark and it was his Taken symbol. That was, I love playing that. That story beautiful. Was the replay story. I loved playing that story.
Yeah. That was I still remember that door filling up with fire and light. That's great.
Yeah. So,
okay. That covers Destiny 1. Destiny 2 now. Let's think here.
Trying to think of what's disappeared, what's now.
Well, I mean, you can include the disappeared planets too.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm trying to think.
Venus is a close second on Destiny 1 too, by the way.
Yeah.
On Destiny 1.
Venus is fun. Yeah.
I love the university in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Braytech,
when you go through,
yeah, that was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, that's where you met the stranger.
Exactly.
Called you little light.
Yep.
Or called your ghost little light. Excuse me.
Yep. Destiny 2.
I guess I would have to say I like Nessus with the Vex waterfalls and stuff. It's really cool to look at sometimes. It's especially that one area where you have the public event, like where you come, that one strike on Nessus with the big site, with the big Minotaur at the end of it, that strike. If you start and go to the right.
Not Arms Dealer. It's, what was it?
I can't remember.
See, we don't cheat like some podcasts. We don't have Google open and just start typing Google. If we don't know it, we don't know it.
You could go up to the right and there's that lake down to your left.
Yes.
Up to the right is the waterfall.
Yeah.
All that. That's just fun to look at. That big spiral you could run up and just inside there. That's just a beautiful area. I like Nessus. I mean, Europa could be a close second, It was beautiful and the changing weather. I like it too. So
I would say all of the Lost Sectors are my favorite place because I love the Lost Sectors. I think that's one triumph with Destiny 2 versus Destiny 1. The Lost Sectors are just beautiful. It is a world within a world, and I could pick any of them, and I'd still have great things to say about each and every one of them. There might be a couple out there that I'm like, all right, Bungie, you kind of cut corners on this one. But my God, when you go in the EDZ and you jump down on some of these Lost Sectors, and it's just like little ponds and green tufts of grass and little islands that you're jumping on boulders to get across ponds and lakes or water areas, and you do have waterfalls too. I mean, it's just beautiful, man. That's why I love running Lost Sectors because they're so beautiful to look at. And of course, you're totally isolated. You're by yourself. No one else is, you despawn, so no one can follow you in. Yeah, no one follows you in. It's just you and Destiny. Yeah, that would be my answer. I guess the Ori, if you were to tell me, I guess the Ori would be on Nessus would be my favorite. But there's so many good ones.
The Inverted Spire. That was the name of it.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Good call.
I didn't look at it. I did not Google it. I promise.
Well, we don't cheat. We either know it or we don't. Yeah. These other podcasts looking up stuff. Okay. That was me. So it's you. I'm watching our clock here. Let's keep going, man. We're on a roll here. Hell, if me and you could do this faster, and me and Hazel, I might have you back every week, man.
Don't give Hazel any ideas. Let's see. Question for the show. You're going to have me back for questions, and you're going to have Kingsley's wife back for the speed runs.
I don't know if she can. She couldn't commit to that. We already looked at that.
No, she couldn't. No. Probably not. But let's see here. Question for the show. What's the most people you have? Question for the show from Mr. Cross the Pond, Mr. Uncle Scumdeath. Okay. What is the most people you have killed in a Crucible match?
Most people have killed in a Crucible match.
This I would have to go to Destiny Tracker and find because I have no idea.
See, now here's the thing. If you go to Destiny Tracker, it's not going to give you anything for assist. It's just strictly a kill where you killed the person, not you assisted and the person next to you finished them off. I think it's 30.
I messaged you and Hazel about something one time because I went off in a match. It's way in our DMs.
I think I did 35. I'm a very conservative player, so I'm not one that's just running and gunning all the time.
Oh hell, I know how to figure this out.
I think 35's actual full kills in a match. It's probably.
Let's see.
I do that a lot. I do a lot of 30 counts, but I don't do many. I don't do like True Vanguard. I don't knock out 50 people in a match. I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm very consistent usually. I'm usually between 23 and 33 kills a game usually.
Just go do /PvP in the Destiny stats. Mine's 39.
Okay, I'll look it up real quick.
Yep. I mean, I'm not saying if that's kills or assists, how they factor it in, but it says most kills in a game, 39.
Let's see. Loading
Takes
data.
a minute to load.
Yeah, that's a lot of information.
34.
Yep, 34.
I'm better.
34.
No,
whatever.
Who knows? That's probably a lucky game. Who knows?
Who knows, man?
Trust me. Look at my overall KD.
That's
I promise
all right.
you. I'm not averaging that shit.
You don't have to broadcast that.
Yeah.
Don't make Hazel feel better about himself.
I've got my unbroken title. I'm happy.
There you go. I'm working on it. I procrastinated. Now I'm playing catch up, trying to get it. Okay.
Look at my top weapon is Graviton Lance.
Is it really?
Yep.
No shit.
My Bender's Ambition and Vigilance Wing.
Oh my god.
As much as I love hand cannons, 2 pulse rifles are in my top 3.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna keep rolling here, man.
All right.
Okay, this is from Rye for short on sleep because he just had a little baby. Question for the show. Due to upgrades on the lines, I was without internet for 24 hours. It was hella productive, but I was kind of lost. What one material thing you'd be lost if you had it, if you did not have it?
It'd probably be my internet because, I mean, everything in my house runs off of it. I mean, the other day I was at work on Monday when we had the snowstorm. So this is what Monday was like. We had winds of 40 to 45 miles an hour.
Pass.
We had rain, snow, sleet, all in one day. All in one day because it was a cold front moving through, and it brought this with it. So it took power out because it blew trees down in places. Then I didn't lose power at my house, but about early afternoon, I see my ring alarm tells me it's on backup. I'm like,
oh, no.
So either a breaker tripped. And I call my son. They're at home. He's like, no, the breaker's not beeping, so it's not that. So then the internet went out. You know, they're all sitting at home like, we can't do nothing. I'm like, well, I'm at work. I'm good. You know, but I've been there. I mean, yeah, it makes you have to, it's like, hey, you have to talk to your family. Who are these people? You know,
yeah, honey,
so,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're reading a book? Damn it.
Where are those board games at? You know,
yeah, exactly. You know, I have to agree because one night we had a really bad lightning storm and it must have hit the same tower where my internet and my actual cell phone coverage is. And usually if my internet goes out, I have backup. I'll just use my phone as a hotspot for a while if I have to. And I've got battery backups and all that too. So, one night, both of them got knocked out and I felt helpless, dude. God forbid we ever have an EMP or some major outage. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about it. We are so reliant on the internet right now. It scares me a little bit, but,
yeah.
You know, if we got back to the Stone Age with technology, I guess we'd just start again somehow. But yeah, that's a scary question. But that's what I would have to say though. Okay, we're doing good on time, man. Let's keep rolling.
All right. Here's a question from Mr. Golden God. What is your favorite make and model of a vehicle? Mine is a 1984 Chevy C10. I wonder if he means S10.
I think you
never heard of Chevy. My first vehicle, never forget it. My favorite make and model. If we're talking about, are we talking about ones we'd like to have or ones we've owned?
I tell you what, let's do this. What was your first car, and what car do you want? Yeah, mine's gonna be laughable too.
My first car was a 1985 Toyota Camry, the square ones. Remember
Yeah.
It was white. It was a 5-speed. My first 2 cars were manual.
Nice.
That car did what it needed me to do. It got me through high school. Wasn't long after high school I got rid of it because I remember going to work at Kmart and get off the highway and push the clutch and brake in, and the dash would light up. Like the car would cut off, but I was going down it's a 5-speed. You just roll it and stop. I'd turn the key, start it up, and I'd go on to work. But it only did it there. It never did it anywhere else. When I went to trade it in and got my first truck, little Nissan a little Nissan 2-door truck.
Yeah.
I was like, here, y'all go test drive it. We'll look at your car. We'll see how much we offer for you. I'm thinking me and my dad are driving it, and I'm like, please don't let my car cut off. Please don't let it cut off. And they come back and they offered me like, I don't remember, a couple thousand or something, or $1,000 for it. I'm like, yeah, we'll take it. I looked at my dad. He's like, yeah, we'll take it.
We're about to leave it on the side of the road here.
Yeah,
thanks.
let's sign the papers and get this out of here.
Oh my God.
Favorite? I have no. I mean, I guess my favorite car I'd love to have. I mean, I'm still a truck guy. I'd love to have an F-250, 350. I would like to have one of them big diesel trucks. I would love that because I pull a camper and everything. I would love to have one of those.
Diesel power is nice, but diesel prices.
It's a keep up. Yeah.
It's
the upkeep
it's
and everything
gas.
and the maintenance too on it.
Yeah, it's up there too. Everything is double. Yeah. Everything's triple actually with diesel. I should know. Okay, my first car was a 1970 4-door Nova. I don't know if you remember what those are. 1970. It had no paint. It had black Bondo and black primer all over it. It had a 307 V8 engine that smoked quite a bit, and it had no transmission. I paid $30 for this car from a worker, one of my dad's workers, and I paid $350 to get a rebuilt turbohydromatic 350 put in it. And I was rolling down the road. Oh, it didn't have AC or any of that crap. It was called Roll Your Windows Down. And I ended up painting it. I ended up rebuilding the motor. That's how I learned how to get into cars, is actually had to work on my car. If I wanted to make it better, I had to do things to it. So I put mag rims on it and stuff, but it was 4-door. You could never really make it a sports car. That was my first car ever. And I loved it because that was mine. It was my first car. If I was to say, I want a truck too. I would go a 1972 step-side C10 pickup Chevy with a nice. It can have just a 350 block in it. That's a bulletproof motor. That would be awesome to have a step-side pickup in 1972. Just a good year. I love that year. I love the body styles back then, and they're built solid. Obviously fully restored. This is under the assumption everything's fully restored. Now, if it was a car, I would have to say a 1958 Chevrolet Stingray. Not Corvette. They don't call them Corvettes back then. It's the Stingray. Has the double circular headlamps on it, and it would be a convertible with a 427 big block. I saw one time when I was at the beach on Beach Week when I was graduating high school. I'll never forget the sound of that car. And man, the whole thing shook at the light. It was crazy. Yeah, that's my answer. Good question. Man, we got some good ones tonight. Okay. We'll do a few more here. We're getting kind of up there in time. Let's see. I'm going to go with, I'm trying to make sure I spread the wealth here.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
This is AJ, Little Bit 5150. Do you think Destiny Online will have a trading system?
Go ahead. This is your dream. I'm not answering this. Go ahead.
There will be a Destiny Online eventually. I just don't know when. It will happen though.
I would love a trading system, especially you sit here and start farming stuff.
Sure.
Couldn't you do that in the Division? Was it the Division you could trade? There's some game I used to play. I wanted to say you could trade.
Yeah.
Weapons and stuff in. So,
well, what about I've got, max Ascendant shards and, you've got a weapon I want. How about I give you 5 Ascendant shards for that weapon? That would be an awesome trade.
Because I have no Ascendant shards.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Trading system would be fun. Trading system would be fun as long as you could, keep the corruption out and
I could see the problem of people getting somebody to farm something from, get them the God roll, and they never have to do it themselves.
Right.
I could see that being a problem.
I don't want to sound entitled or anything, but I don't think that'd be good. It would be healthy for the game. I think Bungie's going to have a solution to this down the road.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, could you imagine when I got my second Vex, I'd be like, hey, look, let me put this out here. Who wants it?
Right.
You could literally have a bidding war. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay, let's grab another one. Runga
was asking me a question. Let me get back in the chat here. Let's see here.
And soon there will be a Destiny Online. I guarantee it. I guarantee victory. Okay, I'll stop it. That's just
to stop that.
That's just to annoy Hazel. I put that in there just to annoy Hazel.
I can see that.
Okay,
let's
go ahead.
see. Question for communists.
Oh, that's
How do you say that?
that's communist Quiscalis. I have no clue what that means.
That's Red Grackle.
That's Red Grackle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. You're the only one allowed. You're only allowed to use one meme for the rest of your life. Which one is it and why?
Oh, I know what mine is.
Go ahead.
Mine would be
Will be the Nicolas Cage. This is Friday.
No. I love that. I love my memes, man. I really do.
I do too. It'd be hard to pick one.
It would be Stark. When Stark, that Stark where he's just frustrated and just puts his hand over his face, his brow, and just goes, I don't even know what to say. That's kind of my life in the Discord.
I don't know why, but
you don't know why, huh?
I have no idea.
No idea.
Nope. I don't know why you would have such problems. So,
yeah.
I mean, not like you caused it yourself or anything.
Right.
So,
sure. I deserved it.
Yep. Maybe.
What would your meme be? I'm curious.
That's a good one. Lord, I use so many memes because I go in the moment and just search it.
Yeah.
And
you got to go with it.
Go to town. Yeah. So, I mean, Jesus, what would be my favorite GIF, So,
yeah, favorite GIF.
GIF, you mean? I ain't going there again. Shut up.
No, it's GIF.
But
I just said that to make. I wanted to see Kingsley have I wanted him to have a sparkle of hope that I maybe saw the light, but it is GIF. You're right. Like the peanut butter.
Mine's probably going to be something from The Office. It pretty much like the Office meme.
I use a bunch of those.
It's going to be one of those because 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm choosing. It's going to be an Office meme.
That's always a good one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. Wheelbreaker's Wielder again has one here. It's what would you feel is your greatest accomplishment to date in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2? Mine would be downloading the game. Wow, that's harsh. That's like me in every other game. I downloaded the game, guys. Did you get past the title screen? I saw the title screen.
Yeah. That's about like you.
Yep. That sounds about, but not with Destiny. Yep. Favorite. All right.
What was the question again? Favorite what?
Best accomplished or most proud accomplishment in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2.
Oh, mine's Unbroken title.
Yeah,
that one is my favorite one.
Yeah, that's a hard one to get.
Even though you look at my PvP stats and you're like, how did you get this? I had some help, but most of that was done on my own.
Just grind, man. It's grinding.
Yep.
Well, it's something I've been too lazy to do, but I'm getting there. I have to get the legend 2 more times, so I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Destiny 2. Well, you think you're Destiny 1. Destiny 2 for me would be the Wayfarer title. It's one of the titles you can't get anymore.
Yeah, I got that one. I like that one too.
I busted my ass for that title.
Yeah,
and
I did too.
I'm not one to really collect a bunch of titles. It just doesn't float my boat. But if I see something that fits my play style in the game, I don't have to go out of my way to do something I don't want to do. Yeah, Wayfarer was perfect because I'm all over the environment. That's what I do. Destiny 1.
What was my greatest accomplishment in Destiny 1?
Destiny 1?
It was reaching level 30.
Yeah, Forever 29.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth, man?
Well, I guess my greatest accomplishment would be getting all the exotics first time through and stuff, and why I got my name. That would be my greatest.
Yeah. And then we had to get them all over again. Remember that?
Yep. Yep. I've done that too.
God almighty. We never learn. Destiny 1, God, man, I'd say the greatest accomplishment for me in Destiny 1 was I fully immersed myself into that game. I mean, every square inch of that game I raided. I played Crucible. I did so many patrols, I gathered so many materials. I love doing that stuff. And
I hated doing it for the swords. I hated that.
Oh, those swords.
That was the part that I hated to collect the materials.
You had to go down there, then you had to go down there and fight that in the dark. In the bottom of the dreadnought, that was scary, man, because if you didn't have 2 other people there that knew what they were doing, they would kill out of order, and you'd have to start the whole thing over again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was so, God, that was
running
so
around on Mars looking for whatever the
what was it called?
on Mars.
I can't remember. Iron ore? Was that what it was?
Something like that, yeah.
It was crazy, man. Oh my God, I remember that. God, the grind. And then you had to wait for that certain public event that never came.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Yep,
God.
I remember that. Yep.
Good memories. Maybe not so good memories. Okay, we're going to do one more each. Why don't you pick one more out, and I'll close this out.
I got one. Okay. Question for the show from Sneaky Snake. What kind of game do you like better? Something with a story, example, Destiny 2, Halo, or something with just PvP and no story, example, Battlefield 2042?
Oh, God, we're not going to go there, are we?
I had to go there after the comment I made in the Discord earlier this week.
Oh, my God. Well, okay, I'm going to answer for Hazel. It's going to be story. Always going to be story for Hazel. It should be Hazel Story Nut, because that's what he wants, man.
Well, that's what I want. Yeah, I'm the same way. I want something with a story because I want to go back and keep playing the game. The reason, I eventually got into gaming because of sports games, Madden, or mainly college football.
Right.
The NCAA game. It pissed me off when they canceled that game because of, students bitching because they were using their likeness,
Right.
I loved the college football game. I loved taking some team. I remember making Appalachian State before they were in the game and make a team and
beat
win the national title with them every year.
I love it.
Beat them every year. I was the powerhouse. Some team that shouldn't be there.
That was fun. That's fun. I remember that. I did that too. That's fun. I didn't take Appalachian State though. I always took Florida.
Yeah. I took Florida too. I had a Florida save and one I created a team.
Nice. Oh yeah, those are fun.
I made my high school team and took them through it.
That's cool. And it was it was a full season. It took some time, man.
Yeah, it took some time, but that's all I played.
Yeah, I hear you, man. As much as I, love PvP, I love the fact that you can play both in Destiny and grab guns from stuff you learn from the story and bring them right in and have fun with them in PvP. I hope Destiny never changes that, because that's the one thing I don't like about Halo is the guns are all the same. They all have the same perks. They all do the same thing. Yes, it's a true shooter, definitely a true shooter, because you don't have an advantage having a certain role over another, but it just is boring to me. I love the personality. And like I spoke on the Guardian Hub last night, what I wish Destiny would do better in the future is have us express more individuality as a Guardian. Right now, yes, we have different armor we can use and stuff and different colors and color schemes and stuff. That's getting close. That's whetting my taste or whetting my appetite for individuality, but we need some custom made emblems, or we need like I mentioned on Guardian Hub in Battlefield in the olden days when I played, they actually had in game an emblem maker or a you can make your own.
Call of Duty had that too.
Yeah. Call of Duty added it later.
Because I had a Gatr one. I figured out how to make a Gatr one.
Yes.
I found somebody a YouTube video on how to do it, make the teeth and everything.
Yeah, I did that too, man. I did that too with all the scales and everything. And all your guns had that mark on it. It was your gun. Even your tanks, your Jeeps, anything you had that label on it. And I love that part of it. And if someone pick up a gun and say, "What the hell is GOFL?" or GOFL. GOML, which was our
Get Off My Lawn.
Get Off My Lawn. That was one of our clans back in the day. It was a bunch of old farts like me playing. And it was great because you had individuality. You expressed yourself as your clan, as your unit. I love that stuff. That as much as I like that, I think if we incorporated that into the story, they've got gold. It would be
that type of customization would be really cool.
Be Bungie, take my money, So,
as long as they'll put it behind the paywall, would be great.
We're going to end on an easy one here. Actually, I like this one. This is from good old Mr. Monkey. Question for the show. Post the Void 3.0, which subclass do you want to see touched next? Personally, I think Solar on all three classes needs some love. Plus, I want a fire turret for my Warlock. Oh, Lord. Okay. I know, those turrets are nice with stasis. I gotta admit, that's the one thing I really love about stasis is having that little turret to freeze things. Slow things down, at least, especially when you got a lot of ads coming at you. That thing does a lot of work.
I don't want another turret from a Warlock. No.
You're a Titan.
No. Yeah, I'm a Titan and a Warlock. I like them both. So.
What would you, after Void 3.0 and the first part of Witch Queen, what would you want them to touch next?
I'd like to see them touch Arc because as a Titan main, I would love to see Thunder Trash, the melee, the one where you're up in the air and can slam down. Mm-hmm. I'm so sick of hitting people in and PvE. I'm so sick of hitting people and watching them just knock back. It's like, I just hit you with a ground pound of electrical energy. How the hell do you just bounce back?
Yeah.
Like and this is between Warlock and Titan. I'm so sick of being in an animation and getting killed out of it.
Yeah.
Once I start my animation, why can I be shot in midair? I mean, I've got no control. Like a Warlock throwing your Nova Bomb. You rear them back and they shoot you and kill you. It's like, the fuck?
It should lock out. As soon as you activate your super, it should lock out any kind of damage.
That irritates me on any class, something like that, where you get killed out of trying to throw a super or something,
This is probably going to be a surprise coming from me, but I love the Superman slam from Titan. It's one of my favorite supers.
Oh, I love the super, yeah. I'm talking about the little charge melee.
Yeah, I get you. No, I get you. I think I'm going to have to agree there because I think that subclass in the Titan environment, it'd be nice if we could customize that a little bit more. Come Solar with Titan. There's so much. I love Solar. The bottom tree with the sunspots, you can stand in and keep throwing more hammers, and the big swinging hammer. I like all that. I just feel like Arc across all classes could be touched up. And I love Chaos Reach. That's my main jam if I'm using it on Warlock.
I love Tickle Fingers. I like Tickle Fingers. I love being Palpatine. I like being Palpatine when it was good.
Okay. I like stuff that shuts down other supers or shuts down someone trying to rush in with a heavy weapon or something. That's why I love Superman Slam. That's why I love Nova Bomb or Chaos Reach. And when it comes to Hunter, I like my knives, my 1,000 knives. Is that what they call it? 1,000 knives?
You talking about Blade Barrage?
Blade Barrage. That's it. Blade Barrage. As
1,000 knives. This ain't 1K. We're not talking about 1K. Yeah.
Exactly.
Got a weapon here.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, I think I would hope they would look at Arc next. I know. Just because it's one of my favorite classes, and I love this new interface with the stasis fragments and the way they have it all set up. I love that interface.
Yeah, I like how it shows how it messes with your stats. And as you select aspects and stuff.
I like
that's
that.
Cool.
Yeah, I really like that, man. So, all right. Well, hey, good questions tonight, guys. I'll tell you right now, we have a lot more questions left. So if we didn't answer yours, don't worry. We've got it in there. I've been pulled one out from our legacy I want to say playlist, our legacy questions from last year. So I have those as well. We'll start to use those as well as time allows. And Gatr, man, thanks for stopping by tonight, man. That was cool.
Not a problem.
Hey, you looking for a job? Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think you could afford me.
No, that's okay. No, I didn't say that. Yeah, right. Well, hey, brother, thanks again, man. Have a good night and get some rest. I know you just got your vaccine, so I know you're feeling
the first shot of 3. Yep.
Yeah, you're probably feeling a little worn down. So, thanks for hanging in there with me tonight, man. I appreciate you seeing. I was all by myself and jumping in. So, good deal.
Not a problem. You're welcome.
All right. Later on, man.
All right. Bye.
Guardian Downcast. Guardian Downcast. Yeah. Guardian Downcast. This is an intro. Guardian Downcast. Guardian. Not copyright. Guardian Downcast.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final segment of our show. This is where we like to pick our songs for our award-winning Guardian Downcast show playlist. Just a little sample of what the two of us and our guest usually, but no guests this week, so it's just us, Hazel. This is what we like to listen to, and we invite you to listen and follow along as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast Show Playlist on Spotify, and we have it on iTunes too for all you Apple users out there. I'll post the link in our show notes if you just want to one-click it and boom, you're there. We now have 894 songs representing all of us and all of our past guests. Nearly 3 years of songs. It's truly a musical history of our show since July of 2019 when we first started this podcast. So it's kind of sentimental to me. And, you know, you may find a song in there you like that, hey, I'm going to add this to my collection. So let's begin with you, Hazel. What'd you pick tonight, man?
Okay. So, my first pick is, Johnny Wants to Fight by Bad Flower.
Oh, I love it.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about this song, but it just hit me at like this moment where I was just like, oh my God, I love everything about this song. It's about this, these two friends, and one of them is, has a girlfriend, and she, basically is cheating on him. And, you know, the journey that, the two friends take and that kind of thing. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that group. I've got another song I'll be adding later, but not tonight.
Okay. And then, my second song is We Good from the TV show Dave. This is, Little Dicky and Gatr.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah. This is a song at the end of, season 2, or I think season 2, maybe season 3, whatever it is. The last season that was on. And I was glad to see him actually release some stuff from this because, dear God, I mean, you know, we need another Little Dicky album. So
nice.
I'll take what we can get.
Hell yeah. I have 2 new bands this week, Hazel, and wonder if you
Prog rock?
Yeah, baby. You know it.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Wake me when you're done.
Yep. Here I go. Okay. My first group, this band formed in Seattle, Washington back in 2002. They were one of these bands that were influenced by Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin, but they actually try to create something different with each successive album that they release. So they have their own kind of unique sound and style now, ever since their second album. So my song is off their latest album, Living as Ghosts with Building His Teeth. Wow, what a title for an album. It's from 2014. It's the song The Great Rain Beetle from the band Richelieu. This is it's a far out band, dude. I find some cool bands, I swear. This is American band. Can't knock me on that.
Are you high when you listen to music?
No, I'm really not.
Are you sure?
I know. It sounds like it, but I'm not. I don't know. It's a different sound. I like unusual rock bands sometimes. And this is one of those unusual rock bands. So
what was the name of this again?
Richelieu.
The Great Water Beetle?
No, the Great Rain Beetle.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just look under Richelieu, Rishloo. I know it sounds like a European band, but it's not. They're from Seattle.
Yeah. I'm just picturing it. Dude, listen to this song.
Wait a minute.
It's the Great Rain Beetle.
Dude, awesome song.
Exactly.
No, I swear to God, I'm perfectly sober when I listen to this music. It's great to listen to in the office. All right. My second pick. I just discovered this alt rock band, not prog. Okay. Alt rock. Close enough. They're from LA. They formed in 1990. This band toured with Tool several times through the late 90s and also in the more recent times also. They also made a cover to Enjoy the Silence from one of my favorite groups of all time. That would be Depeche Mode. And it is, it's said that Depeche Mode actually liked the remake. They liked the cover of it. So that's got to be special. The band actually broke up in 97. They cited personal differences. They reformed in 2014 and again toured with Tool, like I said. My song choice is from their latest album, Wild Type Droid. And the song is called Headstand. And the group is Failure. Wow, what a name for a band. Kind of describes their band life. Failure. I don't care. I don't care. It is an awesome sounding song. Once you hear it, you'll dig it, man. If you like alt and prog rock, you're going to love this song. It's right up your alley. Okay, a couple of announcements before we go. We just wanted to reiterate that Hazel puts on our Monday night scrims, 10 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights. This is where
not every Monday. No.
I stand corrected. If it is an Iron Banner week, we usually skip, which may be in a couple weeks here. I don't know. They haven't.
No, it's gonna switch.
Well, so you explain it.
So yes, so it's basically going to be that scrims are going to be Monday or Wednesday, whatever one it is. It's going to alternate, and then the other day is going to be our clan raid night.
Yes.
So it's going to be Monday this week. And then it's going to be next week. It's going to be Wednesday, and it's going to alternate. So basically, because there's some people that can't make it to Monday nights for whatever. Mm-hmm. So you know what? We're not going to punish you. If you can make it on Wednesday, then that's great. Just show up on Wednesday and then you can do X, Y, or Z, whatever it is.
God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but, Hazel, this was a really great idea. It's really generated a lot of interest in our community, and, the raid night was a blowout. That was crazy, man.
Yeah. Who knew?
And then you didn't make it.
Raid.
And I was like, Hazel.
Well, but see, I had faith in you. I believed in you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. That's a soundbite. I'm saving that one.
Yeah. Especially with Kingsley's help. So,
yeah, that's right. Yeah. Kingsley did bail. Kingsley, he bailed me out and then said, nope, you're going to explain it to everybody. I'm like, oh, right.
That's glorious.
It was glorious to watch too. I did want to mention a couple things. We have awarded our speedrun question ideas drawing winners from last week's show. You guys should have been contacted and rewarded your rewards. I think, I sent mine to, Shadow Soldier. He wanted a Buffalo Wild Wings card. I'm like, okay, man, that's what you want. I guess the man likes his wings.
Or his breasts.
Oh, that's very true. Very true. So, I did want to mention I know it's been a while, but I am going to continue with my competitive playlist 30-day challenge. I'm on day 22. I know I'm going to take a hit for not playing last week, but it was the holidays, man. I was helping people raid. I know. No excuse.
What?
No excuse. I know. I'm hanging my head right now in shame. All right. So this brings us to another announcement we have tonight. I wanted to formally award our prizes to our two co-2021 speedrun champions. And that would be Mr. Admiral Nips. And who else, Hazel?
RTN.
Kingsley Mac's hot wife. I love that name. You guys will be contacted soon. We'll get the t-shirts to you. Stating your 2021 speedrun champion and your prizes as well. So expect a DM from me or Hazel or both, and we'll get that taken care of for you. Congratulations. You guys kicked butt this year. You set the bar so high. We'll see. We'll see what our next week's guest can do. We will see. Yes, we will have a guest next week. Okay. Last and final announcement.
Wait, I have one.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So, Hazel's Healthy Challenge.
Oh, yes. That's right.
Yeah. So, it's, basically that, if you lose more weight than me, either by weight, pounds or by percent, then, you get into a drawing at the end of the year for $100 of, a $100 gift card. Wow. So, yeah, my own money, putting that up there.
Percentage or pounds, huh?
Yep.
You're setting yourself up, man.
Well, I'm setting myself up to kick everybody's ass.
Oh, bring it.
So, as it stands right now, I've already lost 7 pounds.
What?
So,
dude,
yeah, I'm fucking dead serious about this shit.
Holy crap. Wow. Good job, man.
I'm trying, man.
Hey, I'm just curious. When's this expire? When's the contest end?
End of the year.
End of the year? Wow. This is awesome. That means people can join anytime. I love it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And you do need to document your weight, of course, on a scale.
Yes, exactly.
We'll pin it.
Yep, exactly. I'm going to take pictures. I do stuff every day just because I'm holding myself accountable and that kind of thing. But you don't have to do that unless you want to. But really, I mean, it's more about helping each other out because, we all need some help. Yeah. I mean, it's never fun to do some shit alone. So, you know what? Let's all help each other become better.
Well said, dude. Well said. Okay.
And now we have another announcement.
We have our final, our big announcement, for the evening. And, Hazel and I have been mulling around all year about this next thing. And, our announcement is we're doing it. We're creating a Patreon for Guardian Downcast. A lot of our fellow podcasters have already been doing this, and we decided, if we're going to do this, by golly, we're going to make it fun. We're going to make it fun to do. So we have 5 tiers total. I know. Some of them are probably a little out there, but I threw it out there, and if people want to jump on that tier, they can jump on that tier. But we have, our first tier is called the tip jar. Basically, synopsis is, hey, I like what you guys are doing. Keep up the good work. Our benefits on this, you'll get a shout out on the show every week. You'll have an extra patron only bonus content that we'll release from time to time. And it'll be pretty frequent because we have a lot of outtakes and stuff. You'll have a special patron role in our Discord. You'll be nice and shiny. And then finally, you'll have a private patron Discord channel. This is where Hazel and I will be able to talk with just our patrons, and you can talk about anything you want. I mean, hell, you'll have your own channel, though, to talk to us. And then we have another tier, which I could lovingly call Gatr Nut. And this includes everything of our previous tier, but you also have question for the show priority. And something I thought about doing, this is kind of pretty cool, is we're going to have a drawing for each Destiny season, which is about 3 months, give or take. Don't count this month because it's crazy long. For every Destiny season, we're going to have a drawing for Guardian Downcast merch. It can be a t-shirt, it could be a mouse pad, a coffee mug, stickers, you name it. It's probably gonna be more than just stickers, just so you know. But we're going to have a drawing every season. And if you are a Gatr Nut tier, you will get an entry into that drawing for the end of the season. And then, Hazel, did you want to mention the next tier?
The next one is Fist Bump. So, this one is, basically it's just all the previous stuff, and then, get you a discount for any merch that you want and all the previous stuff. So,
well, or Hazel, you have there's a monthly Ask Us Anything. That's scary to put down, but a monthly Ask Us Anything if you want. You do have an extra entry into that drawing that we mentioned previously. So yeah, that's another tier. And for the crazy, unbelievable people out there, we have 2 more tiers.
For the people with more money than sense.
Yeah.
We have one called Champion, which includes all the previous stuff, a special patron GDC t-shirt, stickers, etc. Want to be on the show? You pick the topic, subject to approval. Of course, we love you, but not that much. No, I'm just kidding. And then one song choice for the month for our playlist.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah. And there is one note here that if you pick this one, you do have to be this tier for 3 months to receive the merchandise benefit.
Right,
but
right.
Whatever there,
Yeah.
Fine print. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then finally, we have the boss. Includes everything we just talked about. You have a Guardian Downcast show ideas contributor status, which means you'll basically be in our ear every week or however often you want to be. Have any ideas for the show, anything you want to contribute to the show. And we're basically out of ideas here. So any special request we'll consider. So, yeah. I did want to mention though, on a serious note here, that these drawings we have at the end of the year, all of the hosting fees that we have to pay monthly for, all the third-party services we use for our Discord, for Speakpipe or whatever out there. And I know some of these you say are free, but we actually use the paid versions so we can have premium benefits from a lot of this stuff. This all comes out of Hazel and I's pocket. So every penny that we get from this Patreon will go to these very services that we're talking about. And anything is left, we use to enhance our own community, whether it be boosting our Discord to create more options and benefits for our community members. And also, if there's any money left at the end of the year, we'll apply this to a charity of our Discord's choice, whatever we end up voting on. So no money will be carried forward into the next year. It'll all be used for just our community. We will not be pocketing anything personally here. But like I said, it creates us an opportunity to create more drawings, more contests, more things to entertain, so to speak, our community. So, yeah, enough about that. Just wanted to mention it, throw it out there. And
maybe a new host. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get rid of Gatr.
You'll get exactly what you pay for with this host. Good point. Good point.
I think we just got RNG's money right there.
Yeah,
No, I'm
RNG's in. No, we love you guys. And just keep in mind, we don't expect a cent from anybody.
No, we don't.
This is strictly voluntary. It's your way of supporting us and going above and beyond.
Or just saying, thanks for everything.
Yeah.
That works too.
Yeah, it's a pat on the back. And like I said, it all goes back to you guys. So thank you for that. All right. Okay. And you're probably asking, how on earth, where do I go to find this Patron, Gatr? It is patreon.com/support Guardian Downcast. All one word, support Guardian Downcast. That's how you can find us.
Yeah. It's hard shilling for a living, isn't it?
Come on. My shilling is over.
Hello, welcome to Scumdev's Corner. It's pissing down here, but on to other matters. Last week, my Scumdev's Corner was all about cooking the turkey and Christmas and all that. But what I failed to realise was we had turkey neck, and I ate a bit of that, and there was no giblets that come with a turkey, and turkeys always come with giblets. But we found the giblets in the end. Once the turkey was cut and I was carving it, I found the bag of giblets still in the bloody turkey. Useless. So I didn't get to eat them. They were boiling the bag, heart and lungs or whatever you get with them. So that was a waste of bloody time, wasn't it? Nightmare. Anyway, don't cook the giblets in your turkey. Love you all. Bye.
Everybody, that's a wrap. Another episode in our collection. For our listeners out there, we have 128 other great episodes and also some interviews from other gamers and community members out there. So if you're just finding out about our little podcast here, check those out. Hazel, where can people find you, my dude?
Hazel NT, anywhere and everywhere. And I do stream on Twitch occasionally, at least, on Mondays and Wednesdays whenever I'm doing whatever it is we're doing, be it a raid night or scrims. And I'm there at the Hazel NT.
Damn, that's cool. All right. Thank you, sir. We appreciate another great podcast tonight. You can contact me via Twitter at Todd the Gatr. Remember, that's all one word, Todd the Gatr, and it's Gatr. You can find me on Steam and PS5 as Gatr, all caps, Gatr, and don't forget those underscores. I'm also on YouTube the very same way, or Gatr-Guardian Downcast, where we also post our episodes every week. If you like to listen to podcasts on YouTube, it's just another way of getting our show. And if you need to know anything else about us, it's GuardianDowncast.com. Continue to be safe, everybody. And more importantly, hey, take care of one another.
The weight of the world was on your shoulders, and still you triumphed. Marvelous.
Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Get toddled.
Happy 2022, everyone.
Have a good one.
Bye.
But see, I had faith in you. I believed in you. Fucking glorious is what it was. Did you want to ask that last question there?
The last question.
Gatr, forget a question again.
Oh, I don't have my notes up. What question? Shit.
I'm going to have words.
Signature.
Questions. There we go. Semi-professional bullshit.
Semi-professional bullshit.
Question for the show. Oh, wait, I didn't want to pick this one. It is. It's big.
Damn, man. I got to get that thing.
we lost Nate.
I think we did. I think he fell out of his chair. And I don't have my notes in front of me. I thought I was gonna. No,
That was brilliant.
I don't know what I was thinking there. My notes are all messed up here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. 3, 2. Later, Hazel.
Later.